Hello everyone, and welcome back to The Box. This is episode 3, and last time on our program, I asked you guys to ask any questions that you wanted answered by me. Give me any personal accomplishments or fun facts that you'd like me to share, and request triggers for the next episode of The Box. And while I did not get very many trigger requests, I did get a lot of questions and a lot of personal accomplishments. I am going to read the personal accomplishments at the end of this video. Well, not read them, I'm going to paraphrase them, while doing just light glove sounds around the mic. I've already recorded that. And I left the gloves on because it is really hot today. And there was no way I was going to get these back on. So, I was also requested to do some ear massage with the gloves on. So that is why I'm currently wearing them. And I'm going to start by answering the question that I got by far the most, which was, what made me decide to become an ASMR artist? Which it all started when I was very little. My mother is the only family member, the only person in my life until very recently that I know that experiences ASMR similarly to me. When I was little, she used to help me fall asleep by painting my face a princess, which is what she called tracing her finger in places on my face like she was putting makeup on me. I think she did that because she got ASMR and her mom did something similar for her, despite she might have had ASMR, my grandma, but she wasn't around long enough to know the term. So, my mom and I share this feeling for years, not really having a word for it, but sort of being able to describe it to one another. And one day, in my young adulthood, I come across Maria Gentle Whispering, probably the first intentional ASMR artist that I had ever watched. And before that time, I was already looking for like bare minerals infomercials. I used to watch like makeup commercials, hair commercials, that kind of thing to trigger my ASMR Bob Ross, like many people. But I found Maria Gentle Whispering, and I found a community, is what happened. Suddenly, this thing that I thought only my mother and I experienced was this thing that millions of people experienced. And I started my channel back in the heyday, the golden years of ASMR. Well, I'm not criticizing ASMR as it is now. Back then, it was before it became a meme of itself, like, I still love ASMR. I love the creativity and where it's gone. But now everybody knows what it is and has an opinion of what they think it is. And back then, back when Feather Feather was in her prime, ASMR Quest was in her prime, it was just a smaller community of people that were like, whoa, other people get this feeling? And I really wanted to be a part of it. So I made a channel some 14 years ago now, because I just wanted to share this feeling that I'd been getting all my life. And then from there, I did it for a couple years. My life kind of went into upheaval, and I stopped for 7 years. And then my life went into upheaval again, and I came back. So, I just wanted to talk to people who got this feeling that mattered so much to me, that was such a big part of who I was and my identity and the way that I related to my own mother, you know? So, okay. I'm going to take off my gloves now to do some other triggers while I do more. I'm not going to answer all of the questions as completely as I did that one, but that one was really important to me and so many people asked it. So I'm going to take these sweaty gloves off. Excuse me. Okay. Gloves are off. I'm a little bit cooler now. This was sort of a question. Somebody asked if I had a picture of me when I was younger, playing video games specifically. I oddly have no picture of myself playing video games, but I did dig out a baby picture of me for you guys. That's me. I had really curly hair, and notice I am not a redhead. I don't have red hair, guys. Those of you who think it's natural, I'm very flattered. It is not natural. I dye it from the box. So, that's me. Sorry it's not of me playing video games, I guess. Nobody just snapped a picture of me while I was doing that. Okay, I'm going to just mark which ones I've successfully answered, so I don't come back to them. Okay, we're gonna do a toothbrush now. So the trigger request was a scratchy brush. I asked would a toothbrush work, and I never heard back. So you guys get a toothbrush. I'm gonna try to be gentle with it because I know scratchy brushes can be like that. And I'm going to answer Killer Kaiju 2000s. They asked what got me into making ASMR. I answered that. But this was a really interesting question to me. Do you watch other ASMR creators, and do you watch your own videos? And that was hilarious to me because I hate watching my own videos. I watch them to edit them, and then on rare occasion, I rewatch them when they are a storyline and I have to remember what the heck I said in them. I do not get ASMR 99% of the time from my own videos. I don't know if it's because I'm hyper aware and embarrassed of myself. I don't know if it's because I don't really like my kind of ASMR, but I do not like watching myself, and I don't know very many creators that do. That's been asked over in on the ASMR Reddit, and I've not met anybody who said they like watching their own videos. But I do watch a lot of other ASMR creators, and well, I guess I wouldn't say a lot because I tend to fall in love with one creator and watch them non-stop until I move on to the next one. Right now, it's Fred's Voice. I found him about 6 months ago, and I can't. I love his Tingle Dealer series. It's hilarious, and I just like the timbre of his voice. Something about it is really triggers my ASMR. He also just seems hilarious and like just a nice goober. But I watch a lot of people here know Isabel. I watch Isabel sometimes. I used to watch Lizzie a lot, but she doesn't talk as much in her videos, so I'm really enjoying talking lately. Let's see who else I watch. Oh, I just found this person. Carm, C-A-R-M, ASMR. Please forgive me if I'm wrong. I think they're Japanese. And I can't understand anything they're saying, but I love their role plays and I love their sound quality. So yeah, I watch a lot of other ASMR artists. pretty much every night I watch an ASMR video, and then I started watching them when I'm working sometimes, which I really need to stop doing because I can't handle it. I fall asleep. Okay, I need to mark that one. That's Killer Kaiju. Okay. Okay. I really wanted to answer because I brought the thing that I wanted to share with you guys. This was a really, really lovely, thoughtful question, and I'm going to butcher the hell out of your username. I'm so sorry. Poopus succulent. Poupisssucculents. I'm so sorry about mispronouncing your name. I'm going to read this to you guys really quick, and I will bring back the brush. I'm sorry. For my birthday, my mom bought me several terracotta pots. Beautiful, round, shallow ones, perfect for arranging succulents, which I absolutely love. Succulents is in the name. When I got home, I made a sudden movement and ended up breaking all 3 pots. I was really upset because it was a gift from my mom and they were so beautiful. Instead of throwing them away, I got inspired by the Japanese technique called kintsugi. So I managed to put the pieces back together like a puzzle, glued them, and applied gold paint along the cracks to highlight them. This technique truly turns flaws into something beautiful and tells a story. It's a real philosophy, and I understood it by doing it myself. So my question is, what have you broken and tried to repair, successfully or not, that meant a lot to you other than your 3DOs? This was such a beautifully thoughtful question, and I thought about it for a long time, and I had a really cheesy answer that I was going to go into, because I really like the application. Let me bring back the brush. I really relate to the philosophy of kintsugi as a emotional philosophy, that as humans we are broken by circumstance and we repair ourselves through highlighting the things that broke us, but in a different way. But I didn't want to get too cheesy about that because it felt like a cop-out. So instead, I guess I'm going to put this down again. I brought something to share with you guys. Let's see if I can let you see it. Okay. I'm afraid that I don't want it to play. It's a music box. It'll be too loud, but it plays orally. This box. Sorry, it's a little hard in here. When I was little, maybe 7 or 8, for Christmas, my dad and mom got me this box. And when I was a kid, our tradition was that Santa brought us one gift. My parents, they made us think that there was a Santa for some amount of time. And the Santa gift was always unwrapped and waiting, to be seen on Christmas morning. I snuck down that year. It was the only year that I was naughty. I snuck down before everyone else to see, and I saw this music box there, and I thought, oh, that must be for my older sister, because I was just a little girl. I was just 7 years old. There was no way that such an adult, beautiful thing was for me. But it was for me, and apparently the legend is, I'm going to put it down. I'm going to try to put it down. I'm going to move you guys over here, like this. The legend in my family is that my mom and dad fought because my mom said she's too young, she's going to break it, and my dad said no, she's ready. 2 days after Christmas, I knocked it off of my bed and broke the rose clean off and broke it in pieces. And I was so heartbroken. I think I made it so that I keep all my weird money in here. I have a collection of, my aunt traveled a lot when I was a kid. She's a lawyer, and she would bring us back coins and money from other countries. This is a $2 bill. This is from my country, but okay. I was going to pull out the money and show it to you guys, but it was really loud, so I probably cut it. Anyway, I helped my dad put it back together. He did most of the work, but we glued the petals that fell off back on. This little ribbon part broke. We put it back together. And even though my mom was right, it was still a really impactful gift because I felt so special that I was entrusted with something so adult, you know. And it spawned a long obsession with music boxes. When I was a kid, I collected music boxes. I still have quite a few of them, but I don't like to collect anymore. I struggle with things. Okay, I will bring back the brush because I barely did it. I'm so sorry. This one is a lot of talking. Okay, I'd like to answer one or two more questions and we'll do the rest another time. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna mark that one off. Thank you for the really thoughtful question. I really liked answering that one. I went through all of my old stuff in the attic to find that music box. Okay. HMMM362@22s. Do you have any pets? Easy to answer. Yes, we do have pets. They don't technically, here comes the brush like I promised. They don't technically belong to me. They are, my mom and dad are financially responsible for them, but I live with my mom and dad, and I am, like, chores-wise responsible for them. And I'm going to do a little video of them because I can't bring them here so you can see them. The big one right there is Bella. She is a 9-year-old English Mastiff. She is surprisingly healthy for her age, and she is an awesome dog. The second one is my baby, my little angel, rotten little dog, Daisy. I adore that dog like breathing. I have never loved a dog as much as I love Daisy. I raised her from a baby. She slept in my room when she was a puppy. And she is hilarious. Golden retrievers are ridiculous animals. So those are my pets. Thank you for asking that. I love sharing them. Let me mark that one off so that I know I've done it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, it was there's my photo of me when I was younger. Okay. I'm going to answer this last one. Corey Phillips 1. And I actually responded to Corey in there with a surprisingly complicated answer. They ask, do you like anime? And here's the surprisingly complicated answer. Yes and no. I was what you might consider a weeb when I was a teenager. We used to call ourselves otakus. Those were different days. I loved anime. If it was anime, I usually loved it even if it wasn't very good. But I kind of grew out of anime for the most part. Because the tropes in anime I won't get into all of the tropes, you know, I don't want to. I know a lot of people love anime, and I definitely have watched some anime that I have enjoyed as an adult. Let's see. I've been watching Free Run, which took a little bit to grow on me, but I do like it. And we've been watching Witch Hat Atelier, which is not really made for someone my age, but my niece loves it, and it's so beautifully animated. I liked Madoka Magica. I think it was on Netflix. It was an interesting magical girl turned on the head trope. So, I like anime, but I am a lot pickier about what I will watch now. So, that's the complicated answer to a simple question. And I know I haven't been focusing on triggers as much, but there was so many questions to answer, and if you asked a question and I didn't get to it, I will get to it in the next episode of the box. And I will have the triggers. Somebody named Jaws1754 just wrote shark facts, that they want shark facts. I know nothing about sharks, so I need to do a little research before I do that one. And I didn't know if shark facts was their fun fact or a trigger request. So, but I do intend to tell you guys some pretty cool shark facts that I learned from Google. And we'll have, and if you have any trigger requests, please put them below because I need some more of them. Some of the requests I can't do in the box. So I tried, the otoscope is really hard for me to get the pressure I need when I'm lying like this. So that one might be out, but I will give it a try next time again. It didn't work this time. Okay. I need to get my gloves back on, but that's really misleading because I actually already recorded that part. But I'm gonna pretend that I'm gonna put my gloves back on. Here we go. Okay, I've got my gloves on. I've got my several pieces of paper with people's accomplishments listed on them. And I've got 3 caveats for you. Number 1, I'm going to paraphrase. I want to get through them all, and I don't have a lot of time left to record today. Number 2, I might get your username wrong. I apologize. I'll try. And number 3, these were all posted about a month ago. I am behind. And while the accomplishment and the pride should still stand, please keep in mind I was told these things several weeks ago. So, starting with Maskey, M-A-S.K-Y. I call them Maskey. They graduated college and high school. So, which means they did a dual credit, which is when you go and finish your high school degree at a college and also get college credit while you do it, which is what my son did. That's why I know so much about it. So congrats. I know it takes a lot of work. PNC 2927 had their white coat ceremony. They said today, but it's not today. It was a while ago. And I want to say I think that's incredibly cool because a clinical laboratory scientist is someone I frequently pretend to be. And I also want to say that I'm a little embarrassed because I pretend to be one and I'm very inaccurate. So Pansy, please don't judge me. Speditron bought their first house, which is really exciting. I have owned a house once in my life and it was a very happy thing for me. I really took a lot of pride of ownership in it. Love X Angel was clean for 6 days from their addiction and began to paint and write again, which I really love to hear because during times of grief or turmoil myself, I lose my ability to be creative in that way as well. I stop doing anything that uses my creativity, so that's a great sign. I love to hear that. Let's see. Oh, Liz Lizard03 graduated with their Bachelor's of Arts on Saturday, several Saturdays ago. Congratulations on that. Pip F8D got accepted and committed to UCLA, which I do not know a lot about colleges, but I have heard of UCLA, so I'm guessing that means it's a good school. Love Emma, a month ago, was down 24 pounds in their weight loss journey, which I discussed it some of them in the comments. I am constantly on a weight loss journey and failing, usually, so I know how much work that takes. So congratulations on that, and I'm very envious. I'm definitely gonna get this one wrong. Kitty K Walker 8648 scored a 93.6% on their grade 12 exams. Congratulations. That's good. I guarantee you I could not score that high on anything from school anymore. Oh, this one was cute. My Lovely Book Nook said it wasn't an accomplishment, but they got to go see their favorite band in concert. Blue, I'd never heard of them, but I think that's really exciting and cute. I have to kind of read over them since I'm paraphrasing them. Silent Shots. It's right over here, that's why I keep looking off to the side right there. I have to read the names. Silent Shots, BC8HU, passed a final. They thought they were going to fail because it was graded on a curve. That's happened to me before, a long time ago. Bella is poopy decided to go back to school for clinical psychology, which I love to hear, and I at one point wanted to be a psychologist, but I didn't want to go to school for it, so you're a step ahead of me. Florida got their GED after putting off for 2 years. My younger sister did the exact same thing, and then went back and got her GED, so congratulations. Neomerix 8675 finished all their prereqs for nursing school with a 3.8 GPA. Very good. A lot of school stuff in this. Melissa Verdon, sorry if I pronounced your name incorrectly, was sober from liquor for 6 days. There was quite a rally in the comments for them. I hope that that's still true for you. But if it's not, no shame. You can always try again whenever you want. I have to flip the page here. Unfunny Zero graduated with their master's degree. That's a lot of work. My ex-husband went back to school for their master's degree, and as his wife with a child at the time, I know how much work it was. This one was an endless delirium, except instead of an E at the beginning, it's a 3. So I believed that volunteer work was a requirement for school as well. I don't think that my son ended up doing it, but endless delirium got out of it and was still able to graduate. They couldn't do it, so it was going to be a disadvantage to them. But the way that you worded this, endless delirium, was kind of hilarious to me because your personal accomplishment was getting out of volunteer work. So it made me chuckle, but I understand what you meant. So good, congrats. I'm glad that you can still graduate. Okay, we're on the last page. Let me move this over here. Okay. Cinema Man Animates simply said that they wanted to share that they're an animator that animates things. So that's a fun fact for you guys. got pal Rosie said that they were out touching grass far more often and making real life friends with. I think that Rosie and I are, of the same generation. I know how hard it is to make friends in real life. I don't think that I've made a real life friend I don't even want to think about it. It's too hard. So, congratulations, Rosie. Okay. I saved this one for last because it's kind of complicated. This is from Devin 26508. I just called Devin. Who has been in the comments for a long while now and has had a really, really tough year. And I asked him personally what I was allowed to share, and he told me I could share whatever I wanted, but because I want to keep this nebulous because it deals with some heavy grief. Devin lost someone very important to him about a year ago and has been struggling emotionally and continuing and pulling through and living his life. And that takes a lot of strength after you lose somebody you care about. And the thing he shared here was that he got into the Operators Union Local 132 in West Virginia, and while I don't totally know what that means, I do know through talking with Devin that he's thriving despite the grief. So that's a huge congratulations from me. And that is what I will leave you guys with, is that hope. That there is hope after grief. I know it myself.